Known for their AAA cinematic grade high quality 3D models, the folks at KitBash have officially acquired Sketchfab and ArtStation. Previously purchased by the folks at Epic Games sometime in April of 2021 for ArtStation and also sometime in July of 2021 for Sketchfab, these two 3D platforms are now officially part of the KitBash family. And some time ago, when the folks at Epic Games did purchase it, they did implement a marketplace fee reduction by simply cutting down the marketplace fee from 30% to 12%. Which now matches the Epic Games Store revenue split. At the same time, they made ArtStation Learning totally free for users from when they purchased it all the way to the end of 2021, and they did build a stronger integration with Epic's set of tools, and this was across Sketchfab and also ArtStation. A bit of shift actually happened sometime in 2023 when Epic announced Fab, which is a unified digital asset marketplace, and these combine both what you have with both Sketchfab, ArtStation, Unreal Engine Marketplace, and Quixel. But today, things are looking a bit different as the Epic ownership of both platforms simply lasted only about 5 years. And today, the folks at KitBash are claiming these for themselves. And for those who have no idea, the folks at KitBash are known for their premium 3D assets that you can use for both movies and games. And these cuts across various tools that you can work with. At the same time, you can also find amazing assets across different genres, which in this case includes sci-fi, modern cities, fantasy, battlefield, strange lands, and some game-ready assets. These are high-quality assets that you can definitely go ahead and work with. And sometime last year, they did have a merger between Grayscale Gorilla and KitBash, and together they built Cargo. And Cargo is their tool that simply allows you to have access to 3D models that the folks at KitBash have. And at the same time, creators will also have access to materials, HDRIs, textures, and various other tools that the folks at Grayscale Gorilla have made previously. And I believe with the acquisition of ArtStation and Sketchfab, we might be getting some nice integration and fusion. And for those who like to read up about this, you can simply go over to the link in the description that will bring you right here, where you can read this up on both ArtStation, or if you like to read this up on Sketchfab, you can also come through and check it out. And within the release note, the folks at KitBash actually mentioned a few things. Right here, they did go ahead to say that KitBash has been part of the creative community for over a decade. And we know firsthand how central ArtStation and Sketchfab are to artists and 3D creators around the world. These are platforms where people have built portfolios, careers, and communities. That trust is real, and our first priority is to protect what users value most about each platform, listen to the people who rely on them, and build thoughtfully for the future. At the same time, they went ahead to say that ArtStation and Sketchfab are go-to platforms for artists to share and manage their art. KitBash would expand opportunities for artists at every stage of their creation process to connect and showcase their work in new ways. KitBash and Epic have had a long-standing partnership, and we look forward to continuing to work together to offer open and accessible platform for all creators. And for those who have accounts with this, nothing have actually changed. If you simply go ahead and check out some of the Q&As, you get to see that nothing has really changed. Your accounts still remain the way they are, and you still own rights to the 3D models that you have. If you have certain questions, there's an email available for support inquiries, and if you have licensed features, they will still work as expected. And the same thing here is also the very same thing that you get for ArtStation. And for those who have no idea about Sketchfab, if you simply go over to Sketchfab, this is a nice place where you can get nice, high-quality 3D models, and you can simply preview them. I believe Sketchfab is one of those places that actually started the whole idea of you being able to find any 3D model of choice, click on that 3D model, and preview them in your browser before downloading them. This was something that wasn't really available until Sketchfab actually came up with a plan like this. And another cool thing with Sketchfab is you can easily, inspect these models. Possibly you like to see the base model, the metallic, the roughness, emission, all of that. You like to see the wireframe. You can see these before you hit download, and there are tons of 3D models that you'll be able to download off Sketchfab if you so choose. And this goes for literally any kind of model that you find here. As far as they do have a download button, you can simply download them and use them in your 3D project. Alongside this, Sketchfab doesn't just offer you one particular kind of download. You do have different kinds of download file, and this goes for any kind of 3D model of choice. So whether you're thinking about using this as a USDZ file, which you can use for both mobile and any app that supports USD, or maybe you'll want a GLB or a GLTF file, you'll be able to have this. Files that you get from here comes with both the 3D model and the texture themselves. Of course, you'd also be able to find animated files as well. Maybe you're looking for an animated 3D model that you can use in your scene, or possibly you did create a 3D model that is made of various animation takes and you want a place where you can preview them. Definitely go over to Sketchfab, create an account, and you can upload that and preview it. So Sketchfab alongside ArtStation are these amazing places where you can upload your stuff in terms of portfolios and you can preview other people's stuff. Sketchfab is more of the 3D side of things, while we have ArtStation, which is more of the 2D side of things in this regard. And for Sketchfab, for those who might be looking for like downloadable stuff, maybe if you simply go over to Sketchfab, you possibly will not be able to find downloadable stuff automatically. You can actually go over to Explore, go over to Downloadables, and from there you'll be able to find downloadable 3D models. All of these models that you have here or you find here, they are all available for you to be able to download them. And these are pretty nice. And the same thing can also be said for KitBash as well. I mean, if you simply go ahead and work with Kaggle, which is their tool that they have, of course they do have some free stuff, but most of the things that they've got here are paid stuff. And they do categorize these things as kits, or you can simply use Discover and discover a lot of things. So maybe you're trying to get any of these, maybe the refineries, you can download the whole kit that comes with all of the models that was used in KitBash in this, and you can bring them into your DCC tool. And with the update to Kaggle, you can now connect stuff directly to any of your DCC app. So for example, if we like to connect to any software, we can go ahead and select any of the softwares that we have installed, and we can select whatever version that we would like to install our connector to and install it. And for this, we've actually done this for Blender. So just in case you'd like to see how it works is very simple. So for example, we do have some models right here and we've installed our connector. And if we simply pop Blender open right here, you'd notice that we have Kaggle by KitBash open here. We can tell it the things we'd like to import, and we can go back to our Kaggle, find any of the models that we'd like to bring in. Say for example, we'd like to bring in maybe this piece. We can click on that. And once we have that downloaded, we can now send this directly to Blender. And this gets sent automatically to your DCC tool. And this is it right here in Blender. If we like to bring in the blimp, we can also bring in that blimp by simply clicking right there, downloading the particular texture type or texture size that we want. You can see the polygon and resolution right here, and we can send that as well to our DCC tool. And basically, this is what it feels like when working with the Kaggle tool. So we can have that selected right now, and we can move that all the way up. And this is pretty interesting. And I believe over time, we might be getting most of the stuff that you have on Sketchfab inside of Kaggle, making it very interesting for anyone that wants to bring in their stuff from Sketchfab into any of the DCC tools that the connector supports. Extremely easy. Of course, we already know that Sketchfab has a plugin which you can use to get 3D models from Sketchfab, but making this available to everyone is also going to be a wonderful idea. At the same time, I believe some of the digital products from ArtStation Shop or ArtStation Marketplace might make their way to Kaggle as well. Now, only time will tell what the folks at KitBash will be doing with these purchases that they've made, but it is pretty interesting to say the least. Now, for revenue sharing and various things for creators that are already working with these platforms, I believe things will remain as normal. And of course, for those who like to read up on the acquisition, or possibly you like to check out Sketchfab, or maybe you like to check out some of the stuff that you can get on ArtStation, then links to this is going to be in the description, so do well to check them out. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and until I see you guys in the next one, peace.